This program contains crazy material, including offensive language. Listening discretion is advised.
Welcome to another episode of AVO's Padded Room with your hosts, Big Jim and Brad Storm.
Our guest this week on a VO's Padded Room resides in Los Angeles, California, and started creating audio shows when he was 10 years old. He has worked as an audio engineer, producer, and weekend co-host on radio for over 10 years. He specializes in e-learning and documentaries, and his latest venture garnered over 85,000 views on YouTube. Oh yeah, it's time to get strapped in the padded room because Roland Wiley, you are locked in and mic'd up. Oh yeah, Roland.
Mama, no, let me out, Mama, no.
You can't get out of here.
Strap them straitjackets up, baby. You are here. Now, let me ask you, Roland, do you prefer RL or Roland? That way we're not...
Roland.
Okay,
It's Roland.
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent.
Yeah, so hey,
Yeah.
you're talking about being 10 years old, right? We're going to get right into the nitty gritty of it.
Okay.
10 years old, you had your cassette player, would you have a boombox back then, or did you have it? What'd you have?
Oh, please. The original one I had was the old Fisher Price 70s brown tape recorder.
Yes. Yeah,
And I was recording
totally
on that
forgot
one.
about that.
with the big buttons.
Holy moly. Yeah. This
Yeah,
is great.
so
This show is great for just this reason. It brings me back in time because I totally forgot about that. But yeah, so you're recording there, and what are you doing? What are you recording? Different character voices? Hanna-Barbera? What?
Oh gosh. I'm recording stuff I'm hearing off the TV, and I'm like, and don't wait, but right now you can get it for $19.95. That's right, it chops. It's called a knife, and it was hilarious because then my dad started seeing it and cracking up, and then I started putting music in the background. I'd put on a record player and play it in the back and be like a DJ.
What music did you pick?
And then in school we had a history news project, and that's where it just really took off because then that was during the big video game thing. So I'm bringing in recording sounds from Atari or off of Nintendo at the same time and mixing that. And kids are like, "What? Oh my gosh, how'd you do that?"
Oh, wow. You're ahead of your time. You were ahead of your time, man. What Atari sounds were you picking out?
Oh gosh, I was picking like the explosion from Combat, the air sea battle.
Oh, God.
Nice.
Yeah.
River Raid.
Right. I mean, I just pressed down the fire button and just let the gun just repeat fire. I was grabbing all of it.
I didn't get an Atari. I had it in television. I had the one with it looks like a telephone controller.
Oh gosh, with the
And
funky
they're
stick up
talking on the
top.
phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it had the dial. You had the little spin dial. But games back then were like ahead of their time.
Yeah, they were.
There's a new series that came out on Netflix that talks about there's a game. It goes back in time. It talks about now. I have to check out. I haven't checked it out yet, Roland, but
I'm going to have to watch that.
I'm trying to get sidetracked, but
That's my job. My job.
We have plenty of that today.
That's my job. I know. I'll punch you in the face.
I'm punching you first.
And that's a wrap.
Big Jim's like, okay, kids. Okay. Settle down.
Just settle down now. It's okay.
I'm sorry, Uncle Jim. He started it.
He touched you where?
You're both grounded.
He touched my
Man.
esophagus.
Oh, wow. Whoa, he touched my esophagus.
Yeah.
Don't touch me anymore.
Used to be a
Make me
teacher. I would throw
uncomfortable.
words like that. I'd throw big words at kids. I'm like, did you masticate just now? And the kids would get red. I'm like, did you just masticate? You too. I saw you do it too. These kids are getting all red in the face. I said, in fact, I'm going to masticate right now. And they're like, no.
And I'm going to touch your Volvo.
Oh boy! So you got these projects going on, right?
Yeah.
You're hitting your teenage years. So what's going on then? Where you go? You head to college? What are you doing?
I went to college, changed my major 9 times, and actually,
Wow!
Yeah, I'm not going to bore you with that. I went from computer science to child development.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and started teaching for about 15 years and just decided to make a change. I had been laid off and started working as a substitute teacher and just realized, I think that chapter of my life is done.
So were you laid off around 2004, 2005? Is that when you were laid off?
I got laid off from work in 2017.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I had worked in radio for a good 10 years.
2006,
from
correct?
2006 to 2006, 2016, and left radio, went back into teaching for about a year and just realized that, yeah, I served a good amount of time in my life in that, and time to go on, and just really decided to dive into voiceover. I have the equipment. I worked in radio, so I had all the mics, I had the mixers, I've got all that, and just started headlong going into it.
Let's flip backwards a little bit. How'd you get into radio?
Yeah. That's funny because there was a school I was working at and I was done working there because there was just some drama going on. I didn't want to be a part of it. And one of the parents approached me and said, "You ever work in radio?" I said, "No." She said, "Come work with me." And started working in promotions, worked in promotions, did admin, and then I wanted to be on the other side of the glass with a microphone and worked as a production assistant and finished out as a program manager. I was producing shows, co-hosting shows, being a weekend on air, and just said, okay, right on. I got what I needed, learned a lot, time to move on.
Yeah, sometimes being in the right place at the right time is key. Because I've been trying to get my foot back into the door in the radio here. And with the COVID-19, it really just put a halt to everything I was trying to do. Because I was just driving the van around for the DJs. I just was like, I'll do whatever it takes. I just want to get my foot back in the door. So, I have to take like 15 steps backwards to go forward. But hey, everything happens for a reason. And you talk about like being a producer, being an audio engineer. And I know a lot of people out there, outside of Big Jim, they're not very good at being an audio engineer. It's not like I've tried to talk to some people around here. Actually, one in particular, and he was just, I've been doing this for 30 years. You so-called voiceover artists, everybody's a voiceover artist nowadays. And I'm like, how do I get experience? You're like all crapping all over me before I even can like say a word. So it's like, what did it teach you?
See, and that was the interesting thing because I got the reverse of that. I got the opposite because there were guys that were working the production, doing the commercials, the spots. And that's how I actually really got into on air because they needed a new voice. And I became the every guy for most of the commercials. And two guys there, one guy wound up leaving because he was a voiceover actor and also had his business while working at the radio station. But then it came where his business just beat out the radio station. So he just went independent. But he grilled me on it. He said, here's the bottom line. He said, do you like voiceover? Yeah. He said, do you really love it though? Yeah. Are you willing to run a long marathon for it? I said, yes. He said, sure. Then you'll be fine. Because when people think about, I can get in the voiceover, and then they find out that it's not the overnight success they thought it was. And then they're, wait, what? I have to audition? No. Wait, what? I have to...
Unless you're that homeless dude that got picked up.
Right.
And was speaking at the basketball games. Right, Roland?
Yeah, he was amazing. And it was great to see him get in it. And then it was sad to see him get out. I was like, wow, that was... But I mean, what I've learned with voiceover is that my voice works as well as your voice or as Big Jim's voice, but it's just different. And a casting director may go with Big Jim over you, or you might went between us. But that's cool though. I mean, before it's like, but didn't you want it? I said, yeah.
All right. And really the importance of auditioning, people just don't take it that seriously. They think they can just audition for one or two jobs and go, hey, I'm going to get the big ticket job. That's not necessarily the case.
No, I mean, I'm auditioning for at least 4 to 5 things a day. My goal is to get 25 in a week. Lowest I'll take is 10 or 15.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And I mean, I have it written on a board in my studio, 10 to 15. That's all it says, and I know exactly what that means, and I look everywhere for a gig.
Now, you're talking about that. Where do you audition at?
Oh, gosh.
I mean, there's a lot of places to audition.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I've had success with what's called Casting Call Club, which, I mean, I
love that place.
Yeah, that place, for me, it's fun. I enjoy it. Other people have different feelings about it, but to each their own.
What's their feelings?
Oh, it's so messy. It's so this. It's so disorganized. I said, not really. I said, if you know what you're looking for.
I'm taking a class from them.
Oh, no
week.
kidding.
I start
I
this
was
week.
just about to say, yeah.
I didn't know they did that.
Class, yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, I like that, a casting call club, as opposed to the others, because you can really work on your character voices a lot of times, because it's all character stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear, what he's got, what he learns from that one. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, same. Because, I mean,
what else?
I've auditioned for them. I've auditioned for their stuff on Backstage that I've gotten some hits on. Some stuff was just really bizarre. And I just said no.
Like triple X voiceover.
It was weird. They wanted someone on screen to be a homeless person that gets excited in front of a family at a restaurant. I'm sitting there, no.
What does that sound like?
No, but they wanted you to be on camera for that. I said, there's no way.
Oh, no.
I said, no, for multiple reasons. But there's Backstage Casting Call Club.
That's messed up.
And it was like they wrote in the email, you're perfect for this role. But I've also auditioned on Craigslist. I mean, you can sometimes you can find stuff on Craigslist as well, and it's just more of patience.
I love that transition.
And
then you can do it on Craigslist. Sorry.
I know. And scene.
Stage left.
Who's Craig? Who is that? He has a list?
I know. He owes me money.
Pointers on Craigslist. 'Cause I've heard a lot of people talk about getting jobs on Craigslist.
Son of a bitch.
What's the do's and don'ts?
He $350. Sorry, Brad. I was
$350.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm good today. Today has been a crazy day, so it's all good. It's all good.
We're in the right place.
What's some pointers for Craigslist as far as like maybe some newbies that are trying to get out there and audition?
Well, what I've learned on Craigslist is that you can put in voiceover, you can put in voice talent, you can put in voice gigs, and you have to really get savvy with the word choices. Luckily, I was a teacher for 15 years, so I was an English teacher, so I'll sit there and just try different combinations until something sticks.
Yeah.
And I learned that from Allison Steele, another voice actress. She just said, keep trying until something works. And once it works for me, I just go with it. I wouldn't suggest to a newbie to do audiobooks because that was,
No.
I heard someone say that. They said, I could do an audiobook. I said,
8
"Do you know
hours
what
long."
They do? Yeah. I said, do you know what they want you to do for an audiobook? What? Just record it, right? I said, no, you record it, you edit it, you balance the EQs, and then you send it. How long does that take? As long as it takes you.
Yeah. Not to mention, it could have 19 characters in it.
Oh, yeah. See,
You got to do them all.
yeah, I won't do character books. I have done one audiobook in the past 10 years. One, because it's just.
How long was it?
It was about 10 chapters, so you're looking at about maybe 200 pages.
Oh, wow.
Which, I mean, the book was great, but I would not do it again.
Yeah, I had a buddy of mine.
I would strongly advise against
A buddy of mine says he, to keep pace, he does 10,000 words a day if he has a big audio book, and he's just got to stay on top of that. I'm just like, wow,
Right.
that's brutal.
Yeah.
And other people say just don't do anything over 3 hours. So that's doable. Anything under 3 hours, I think that's doable. But anything over is just like you gotta be able to outsource your editing. I believe.
Right. I mean,
Because who the hell wants to do that? Not
coming
me.
in, new guys are like, yeah, like you said, I just got to read, right? That's it. Well, it's a lot different when you turn that microphone on because I don't know if it's something inside the humans or whatever, but we seem to try to be somebody we're not. We're like, yes, it is this and that. And it's different to read and make it sound like you're not reading.
Right.
It's a skill. I mean, so Yeah, definitely.
Oh gosh, you'll just bleed it
You'll
out.
be doing
but-
punch and roll all day.
Yep. Exactly. I
The
got
dog
one of those
clicker.
here in my
Click, click,
studio.
click, click,
I've
click,
had to
click.
use that thing.
Right. I do too.
Yeah.
Right there.
I was looking for mine. I was like, where the hell did I
All right,
where'd it
let's
go?
let's dog click it.
Yeah, you took it. You took it from me. Or do that. I love it.
Oh, speaking of that, man, we're gonna keep with the fun going today. Today we've got a great treat because the VO's Padded Improv is brought to you by VOA, Voiceover Academy. Check it out.
Hey, are you looking to get into the voiceover industry but not sure where to start? Maybe you're a seasoned pro, but you're looking for a place to network and continue to grow. Either way, you've found your home with the Voiceover Academy. Our mission and vision at VOA is to help you discover and advance in the world of voiceover by providing a community of knowledge sharing and support for all levels of voice talent. The Voiceover Academy. Join us on Facebook and LinkedIn today.
Let the games begin! Let the games begin! Let the games begin!
You're a 55-year-old badass. So why should you let erectile dysfunction get you down? In fact, you're living in what doctors often call the no-bone zone. Your neighbors call you Noodle Man. So why should you let a little thing like erectile dysfunction stop you from being you? Talk to your doctor if you're taking nitrates for chest pain, and see if your heart is healthy enough for sexual activity? Side effects, stomach pain, nasal congestion, nausea, dizziness, rash. Oh gosh. And an inability to differentiate between the colors green and blue. Mom? I don't like this.
Get in your room.
That was awesome. Those are hella side effects, man. Not to go colorblind, man.
We're gonna get hell for this one.
No-
Boing.
Now, is that
Probably pick you up a job, Roland. They'll probably
is that colorblindness after the fact, or is
And
that
the
due to
check is
medication?
mine.
Or she's
Right.
really on top of it. I mean,
Where is
figuratively.
Seriously, that's what I was thinking. I'm
stomach?
like, if that's what you're having right now, this is not for you.
Sorry, folks. If
Where's diarrhea?
Literally.
Diarrhea.
you know what? I
Ding!
Nausea, headache, indigestion. Diarrhea.
I didn't.
That's what I was waiting for.
yeah,
I was waiting for that. I was looking. I was like,
I didn't copy enough of that.
Dizziness, rash,
No, that's
diarrhea.
good. That's good. Yeah, that's
Oh,
good.
it was the same here, buddy. That was amazing, dude. Oh, I like that. I'm in tears.
Oh,
oh no,
I'm glad
you gave me
I'm
enough
glad
fun.
everybody that comes on here, for the most part, they're pretty good sports about this because, yeah, I have yet to see somebody. We're probably going to get it here down the road. We're going to be like, I'm not doing that damn shit. The hell are you talking about?
This is Walter Cronkite. What the fuck are you talking about?
All right. Getting back to the subject at hand.
Jane, you ignorant wench.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, when he said wench, he means winch off of Jeep Wrangler.
Crank, crank, crank.
I'm just kidding.
Cooter.
You're saying cooter after you just did an erectile dysfunction
All of a sudden, I
commercial
just had
as a
Cooter and
child.
Dukes of Hazzard
How
show
much
up.
is
Hey, Cooter.
fucked up about this show?
Hey, Cooter, don't be talking to me like that, boy. Who the hell was Cooter anyway? I forget. Which one was that?
It was under Daisy Dukes.
Oh. Daisy Dukes. Oh, yeah.
No, I'm kidding. He was the tow truck driver.
Okay, let's talk about Juneteenth now. All right. Let's switch.
I forget his name.
You can't make this shit up, folks.
That was the next thing on my list.
Yes, he was. Wow. Jeez.
Cooter. Be there.
Wow.
Be there.
Woo. You can't even try on that one. Today's topics: erectile dysfunction, cooter, Juneteenth. It's like, what? Good grief.
What?
Oh,
I have
my
something
gosh.
turning green and
Wow.
blue.
Speaking of, actually, that's a good day it turned out for me because it's actually one of my son's birthdays
Oh, right on.
and my wedding anniversary. So
Oh, congrats.
yeah, but what is it for you, Roland?
Oh, man. In my head, there's like all these voices going in 20,000 different directions.
Exactly.
Oh, gosh.
Even the Adderall can't compete today.
Adderall's like, you know what? I have indigestion
I am
and
done.
nausea. I can't handle it.
Put it down. Put it down, Brad. Put it down.
I'm addicted.
Yeah, Mommy, look at
85,000 views on your latest documentary on YouTube.
Yeah.
Why don't you go into it a little bit? I just watched it and I subscribed to your channel, by the
Oh,
way.
thanks, man.
I thought it was excellent. Excellent work. And it's really informative for somebody like me who didn't pay attention a lot in history class. So
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Talk about it a little bit.
I will. It was a local church that wanted to do a Juneteenth video, and I said I'd do it, not a problem. Did the research. The interesting part is I had heard about Juneteenth growing up, but no one really took the time to explain to me what it was. And when I spent weeks reading online, going to the library. Of course, this was before COVID, and really just realizing the sad history behind that, because it's that it would be like telling someone, hey, you know what? You're free. All right, cool. But now you need to go tell everyone else. And
Yeah, they don't tell
they
anybody.
didn't. They were like, yeah, we'll tell them.
Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, and then it didn't get to Texas until nearly 3 years later, because of course the sharecroppers didn't want to lose their hired help. And I mean, that was, and even after they were told they were free, I mean, what do? You've been enslaved for decades or whatever. And now you're told, okay, now go make a life of your own. Well, how do I do that?
Yeah, you don't know if they're trying to fuck with you. Like,
Right.
hey, like you tell a kid, I dare you to do that. Go ahead,
Right.
take another cookie.
Yeah, go ahead, do it.
They're gonna look at
Yeah.
you like, no, because you're gonna whoop my ass again, or
Yeah,
something.
I see that Hot Wheels track. No.
Mhm. Yeah, no, yeah,
Not yours.
it's sad, but I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's what happens.
So I had really delved into that, and like I said, I did it in 2018, and then when 2020 hit, I mean, I've had that YouTube channel for a while. All of a sudden, it just started sparking and picking up, and comments started coming up, and people started emailing me directly asking, do we have your permission to use it? There were libraries, schools, radio stations across the country that were posting it on their social media. And I mean, I've got a 9-year-old kid, and he was just blown away. He said, "Whoa, Dad, what's going on?" I said, "People are."
It's gone viral.
I said, this is what going viral is. And it got him interested in learning about it as well. He had learned with me, of course, but he really wanted to delve into it more. And then he's also a Yahoo like me, and he's learning through me to do the audio production, the video production as well.
I hope my kid.
But it was a really touching thing. It was really touching. It's
Well,
that,
there's a
I
reason.
mean, the fact
Yeah.
that, I mean, the news outlet that got a hold of me, Black News Channel, got a hold of me through LinkedIn.
Oh, wow.
And it was the I want to say it was the VP of operations. He reached out to me through LinkedIn and wanted me to call him. And I called him and we spoke, and then the interview showed up. The interview came, and that's why I tell people I can't really write off 2020, because 2020 opened up a lot of opportunities for me that probably without it, I don't know if I would have gotten. So
it's sad to hear that, you know, because such talented folks, you know, as yourself, you know, many of I want to say us, you know, but we sit here day in, day out, and it's trying to just get in front of people. And sometimes, you know, like you said, it takes a pandemic to, you know, something huge to do that. So.
Yeah, because I used to feel really uncomfortable on Zoom calls. I didn't really like doing them at all. I felt awkward. I never really did it until I was forced to do it. And so now it's just like I'll be picking my nose on a Zoom call. I'll forget. I'm like, I'm on camera. I'm bad.
Right.
I'm glad I didn't eat that one.
Plus behind the mic, Brad, when I know when I first met you a few years ago, it was like, felt like everybody was in the ring with him. I loved it, but it was a little intense. What? You know, and just to see him grow, you know, behind the Zoom, behind the, you know, stuff like that is, you wouldn't have seen that other, you know,
well, even
than the pandemic.
Even the weekly meetup group. I mean, that probably would never happened if this COVID-19 didn't happen. So, you know, that was good because all of us have come together and we help each other out, which is a beautiful thing. I mean, I never like with that. People say this and it's been worn out quite a bit, but it's true, man. Voiceover. There's a lot of positive people in voiceover. I came from firefighting where a lot of people complained all the time and were negative, and it really rubbed off on me hardcore. And I had to really kind of flip the script on that and just say, you know, what the hell? I'm not getting anywhere being negative all the time. I just got to, you know, being positive and sticking around people that are positive. That's there's something to say about that.
Yeah, because it will bring you down. I mean, it will make the job that you love make you bitter. It'll change you, unfortunately. And I've seen that happen over the course of the pandemic, even leading up to the pandemic. I mean, I tell people this. I said, if the job is starting to make you a different person than your natural self, it's okay to step out of that job, whether that's taking time off or start looking at other job options. Because it's healthier for everyone. It's healthier for yourself and your well-being. It's healthier for the company.
Your family.
Because,
you know, I found out like if I'm getting burnt out of working on a Fiverr gig or trying to add another damn Fiverr gig to my account or working on Upwork or doing a million things that we do, I just go take my dog for a walk. I do DDP yoga. I go, you know, watch a short movie with my mom, with my wife. And I got people calling me here. I don't know why, but go ahead.
Or, you know, I don't have a dog, so I take somebody else's dog for a walk.
There you go.
You know, you got to
do all kinds of stuff.
You got to do what you got to do to stay sane, because it really is. Especially if you're doing audiobooks like we talked about earlier. You're in a padded room. You're in there for a very long time, and you got to you got to break away from the silence sometimes, because you're your own worst critic. You know.
Yeah. I learned from a voiceover actor, like I said, the same one that actually left the radio station and started his own business independent. He said you get 3 passes at it, because he specifically put that on me because I'm an overthinker. And once he put that on me, it made every audition that much easier to go through, because I was just, okay, I got 3 swipes at this. And that's it.
So what do you think? Were you saying like 3 takes, or what are you talking about?
Yeah, three takes. It's that,
I
mean, I can practice it. Yeah, I can practice it before I press record. But once I press record, I've got 3 chances, and that's it.
Right, because like today, I got about 6 or 7 Baldago auditions I have to do. I got a couple on ACX, and I got some on casting calls. So it's like, you can't, you know, second guess yourself. You'll be there on one audition for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And that's just a waste of time.
And I can say I was like that when I started.
I think we all were.
Yeah, and I was like that when I first started. It was just like, oh, it's not good enough. It's not perfect. Oh, please.
Every breath sound I make.
You got to get out of that.
Yeah. Oh my God, there's a clicking sound.
It's funny. excuse me, it's funny going back and listening to some of that. It's like, man, I actually sent that. I spent all that time trying to make it what it, where it's over compressed or it's this or that. And it's like, really?
Well,
If I would have just left it alone, maybe a little EQ, normalized limit, depending on the dynamics.
That's the thing.
I would have been all
That's
right.
important too. Like Roland, you've been an audio engineer. When you record for your auditions, do you, add any compression? Do you put a de-esser behind your auditions? Is there any trick to it, or you just, send it dry?
I do my best to truly send it dry. I mean, there's one agency where every piece I send him, I put in the MP3 file, raw, no EQ, and he's good with it. And for me, I feel that's a better representation of myself. I mean, there are times where if there's background sound, I may get technical on that end. But I would say, thankfully, being also a linguistics teacher, if there's those S's or the word for, I have to make sure that I write the number 4.
Oh, that's a good idea.
On my copy instead of seeing it, because my natural tendency is to say fur. I'll say, oh, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Yeah,
that's for darn sure.
I know what I have to do is like when there's an A, instead of saying a this, it's going to be a VO's VO's padded room. I have to do it in lowercase so that it's not so I don't a and mess it up.
Yeah,
right.
Well,
yeah.
These are important tips, and our time is up. I just wanted to tell you. I want to say thank you so much for being on the show. It goes by fast. We'll definitely have you on again.
Sure. I look forward to it.
It's also a pleasure meeting you finally, because we tried to schedule this in December, but things didn't work out as planned, and we had to push it till January. But hey, you know what? It's a new year, new beginnings, and, meeting new friends is always good.
Yeah.
You got any final thoughts you'd like to share with everybody out there?
Yeah. For anyone that's looking at VO, jump in. I would say that much. Jump in. Don't think, I look at it like a pool. Anytime I go into a pool, I just jump in, and I truly do that. Everyone's like, well, don't you just stick your foot in? I said, no. I said, because you'll never go in. You just jump into it and learn from people. Find people to connect with that know more than you, because trust me, no one knows everything about VO. What someone took as their path to get into VO may not be your path. Everyone's path to success will be different.
Yeah, you want to make a shout out to anybody, or you want to put out your social media accounts?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to my son, Alexander. Thank you for being there for me, man. Thank you for sitting with me and actually helping me on some production stuff. He's been great. So I love you, son, very much. Also, you can follow me on social media on Instagram at Roland_Wiley, Wiley. And you can find all my social media connections on there as well.
Or what about you, Big Jim? Want to plug anything?
Absolutely. You can find, I got a website at www.bigjimmedia.com. Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn is at Big Jim Media. And how about you, Brad?
You can check me out on my website, bradstormvo.com. Bradstormvo on Twitter and Instagram. Bradstorm Voiceover on Facebook. Bradstorm Lanou on LinkedIn, and Bradstorm on YouTube. And you can also check out a VO's Padded Room on Spotify, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, or wherever podcasts are played, and on YouTube. So you want to check that out, like all of our videos out there, like our show, and give us a 5-star review where you can.
And remember, when your day goes to hell and shit gets real, stay away from the blue pill.
It'll give you a rash.
I don't want a rash.
And you gotta
punch every day in the face.
In the face! Punch it in the face!
Yeah!
Ow! Stop it!
Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's show.